I'm praising God today because it was 65 years ago today, God filled me with the Holy Ghost and called me to preach. Some question that, but He really did. And I mean, God took a little timid, quiet fellow like me and gave me a holy boldness I haven't got rid of yet, Janet. Still enjoying the freedom that God makes possible. And here we are today. He called me and I went. Some were called and some were sent, and some just called up and went. Getting paid professionals, but God called us. Every one of us are called and then sent out to be witnesses, active witnesses. That was in 1950, June the 15th actually. And then 6 years later, as I was pastoring in Lansing, a young fellow came up from Alabama and held us a meeting at the church I was pastoring for several years and won souls to the Lord. And then 40 years later, he came back to Michigan as my overseer, my state overseer. Now he is recognized in the Church of God. They inducted him into the Hall of Prophets. And that's a special appointment. And aren't you glad God appointed you to victory and appointed you to life eternal? God anoints and appoints, Brother Lane. Satan disappoints, but God appoints. So let's don't be disappointed. Oh, let's enjoy what we have today. Yeah. Oh, yes, I'm going to recognize old Skip, but it comes in the next little session. I'll recognize Lynn being here and Mella. What's your name again, my friend? Ron. Ron? I forgot that one, but then you always do remember the ladies' names. Now, we'll get back to all that later. But hey, listen, prayer is the only key to your victory today. If you overcome, and you will by the blood of the Lamb, it's going to be because you know how to talk to Jesus. Amen. And then 10 years after God called me to preach, I went down to where this fellow was, and he cut my hair for 3 years. And then God called him to preach. And then there came a time when he retired. Well, no, he called me to be his assistant back then, or, you know, to assist him in his labors. And here we are 40 years later, 55 years later, 65. Can you believe that? Listen, in the same year, 1950, God gave me my driver's license, my marriage license, and my preacher's license.